So the first thing you want to do when you're brainstorming is find out what you are going to be writing about. So in this case, what we are going to be writing about is whatever our prompt is, which is you are a superhero. Write a story describing yourself as a superhero to the president. Be sure to explain why he should trust you to be the one to save the world. So right here at the top, I'm going to put, I am a superhero. So that way I remember what it is that I'm talking about. So here you see that I have beginning, middle, end, characters and setting, and lastly title. In my opinion, I feel title should be last just because you want it to relate to whatever it was that you're talking about as a whole. So let's start with beginning. You can also look at the beginning as the introduction. So the introduction to your story. So what I'm gonna do is in this box, I'm gonna put my qualities as a superhero. Because when you're talking to somebody, you want to make sure that they understand why they should pick you. So these are the things that I'm going to tell the president that I am good at. So my superhero, I can fly. I have super strength. And I can run really fast. As you can see, I did not use complete sentences. This is just bullet points and listing, so that way I know the main idea of what it is I want to talk about in that paragraph. So moving on to the middle, you also may know this as the body of your story. So in the body, again, I want to keep the same maybe 3 to 5 sentences. So here we're going to just keep it with the 3, like the beginning of our story. In my body, I want to really get more into detail about why the president should trust me to save the world. So in my story, I'm going to list the things that I have done to prove that I am capable of saving the world. So I have saved the Queen of England, people love me, so the world loves me. We're just going to put people love me. And let's go ahead and put has defeated every villain I've met, which just means I'm really good at what I do. So the end, you may also know this as the conclusion. So the conclusion is basically tying everything together. So just to make it easy, I'm going to start off my paragraph with the president should pick me to save the world because, and then talk about everything that I talked about in this part here. So for my characters and setting, it's not needed so much in this story, but you can include it. So for example, just to give you an idea, the president is in my story. A villain is in my story. My superhero, which I'm gonna call her Supergirl, is in my story. And I don't have a setting, but we can just say that our setting is San Antonio, Texas. Okay. Lastly is our title. So our title is going to be whatever we talked about up here. So it's tying everything that we have here together. So I'm gonna go ahead and name my story Pick Me. That is the name of my story. So as you can see here, it's just some bullet points, maybe an idea of how to start your sentence, some characters that are in your story, maybe where you want your story to take place, and of course your title. Always remember that it's easier to make the title last so it can tie into everything that you have here. And that's brainstorming.